They say we live. Is we live? That's what it say. I had one of my minor major family members say something yesterday when I was talking about, I mentioned something about, talking about, not exactly sure about exactly what I said, but we was talking about dirt bikes. Talking about dirt bikes. And he made a statement. Baltimore Bike Life made a statement that that the murder rate that riding dirt bikes, that the murder rate this, that the one day I'm gonna learn how to multitask. You know, like walk and chew gum at the same time. I gotta get Gotti out my ear. I got Gotti in my ear right now. Me a minute. No, but the question was that was posed was if guys riding dirt bikes in the inner city, you know, stop some of the violence, curb some of the violence, you know, because it is what it is. When they be riding the bikes or whatever, when they riding the bikes, you might see people from West Baltimore, East Baltimore, South Baltimore, all riding in the pack together. You might even see people that that got issues or that may have had issues with one another actually riding together. And I guess that was what he was saying. You know what I mean? When he said that them being able to ride the bikes, you know what I mean? Basically, if they wasn't riding the bikes, that they might be out there getting at each other. So that had me thinking, you know what I mean? If you pose the question, what would people actually rather have? Would you, if it was a choice, if it was actually a choice, and you could say, okay, would you rather have the dirt bikes, the guys riding the dirt bikes, or not riding the dirt bikes at all, and have that beef that very well might be there if they weren't out riding? It's a question, you know what I mean? And I found it to be a actual legitimate argument. You know, what would you give up? What would you give up to have something that you claim you want. If if it came down to the fact that, oh well, if crime would stop altogether, or violence, just like crime will never stop, because even if crime stopped in the inner city, you have white collar crime as well. And white collar crime is where the bag is at. You know what I mean? So we ain't even going to go into whether riding a bike is going to stop crime, because it's going to be crime to the end of time. You know what I mean? So, but we talk about violent inner city crime. If them having the ability to ride dirt bikes could curb the crime rate, would you be willing to sacrifice putting up with the dirt bike riding? Question. And I found it to be a very legitimate question. I'm always trying to multitask. I got Gotti in my ear. I had that Gotti going. I couldn't focus, man. Couldn't focus with that Gotti in my ear. Couldn't focus with that Gotti in my ear. Let's do this. Let's do this right here. Let's do that. All right. All right. Where is him? Where is him? I'm trying to find myself. Where is him? Man, I'll find myself in a minute. Alright. Alright. What am I doing? What's happening here? Alright, let's do this. Bear with me for a second. Go get anybody with a bike. Go get anybody with a bike. That mic ain't no joke. You joint pick up everything. You know, and during our conversation yesterday, I was talking about how a lot of times people talk and just talk for the sake of talking, just for the sake of, you know what I mean, hearing themselves talk. I even do it myself sometimes. But talk without action. You know what I mean? When you want to talk about something, you got to be willing to stand on it or add to the solution. Especially if you speaking on a problem. If you're speaking on a problem about something, you got to be able to at least propose a solution. Man, why the hell did it get so warm in this motherfucker? Right, because I turned the fan off. Oh God, forgive me. Hopefully it won't. I don't need this shit. No. Pardon me. I can't take it. You know, like I'm having hot flash or something. But anyway, like I was saying, it's you got people that actually gonna have a problem with anything that happened. You got a problem with this, you got a problem with that. You just want peace. You just want peace. You want peace. But you will do nothing to bring about peace, right? You just want peace. Right? Hopefully, bro, tap into something today. I told him I was gonna hop on. Hopefully, he tap in, cause I'm gonna give him the floor. I'm gonna see if I can give him the floor. Because he rides. You know what I mean? He actually rides, so he can speak on what I'm talking about way better than I can. But I know a bunch of people that actually do ride, and you can actually say that. Man, face shining like I just jumped out of a field. No cotton. No cotton. Just jumped straight out the field. No cotton. Ain't picked no cotton. Just jumped out the field. Told Massa I quit. And just rolled out. You know what I mean? But anyway, whole dirt bike thing. If somebody came to you today and said, look, just say, and somebody in the local government say, look, we haven't came up with no solution to stop the guys from riding the bikes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make we're gonna make an agreement. We're gonna make an agreement with the guys. You know what I mean? That we'll leave them alone if they agree to certain terms. You know, because they're not going to stop riding the bikes in the city. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So if they agree to stop holding up traffic, stop holding up traffic so much, you know, maybe stop kicking the police cars, you know, we'll let them do their thing. And if they could show us a drastic decrease in crime. If they could ride their bikes and say, all right, we agree to this. Won't nobody get stretched out. Won't nobody get stretched out if y'all allow us to ride these bikes. Would it be a problem? Would it be a problem? Or would the citizens of the great city take one for the greater good? Would they be willing to actually do that? When it's apparent that you really don't have a choice because it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. So it's just like any other thing. It's just like any other form of government. You know what I mean? You put people in office and you're not going to get everything you want. You could hope. You could hope to maybe get something out of the deal, but odds are that you're not going to get everything you want. So, but I was also saying that you got a lot of these people that see. I've never been a bike rider, right? I've been a bike rider, a pedal bike rider. I've never been a dirt bike rider, right? Because I'm the type of person, me myself, I'm the type of person that, I can actually learn from the mistakes of other people, right? And I done seen too many people get torn out the frame on them bikes, right? And I done had my own incidents just on regular bikes. You know what I mean? Whereas though you flying doing 60, 70 miles an hour and coming up off that joint, I could see that really messing up my day. You know what I mean? And I'm not big on having my day messed up, I be thinking back I just think back to when I rode regular bikes and we did tricks and all type of jumping ramps and, hopping over stuff. And that's part of the reason that I can't grow the hair in the middle part of my chin. You understand what I'm saying? I can't even grow the hair in the middle part of my chin. Interesting story. Like I say, riding bikes and went to go hop over, the manhole covers in the street. Went to do what they call a bunny hop, where you lift the bike up, hop the bike over top of whatever. Yeah, one of those. That was the plan. And while I was in the air, on the way down, I saw my front wheel going down the street without me, right? I saw my front wheel going down the street without me. And I just thought to myself, this ain't going to end good. This is not going to end good. And eventually gravity came into play and I came down. Well, the bike came down. The bike came down with me. And then I went flying, sort of like Superman, right? And then gravity came into play again. And I came down on level ground. And my chin became brakes. My chin became like brake pads of sorts. Because that's what That's what I ended up using to stop. You know, let's just say I left the skin from off my chin on Ashland Avenue. You know, so the actually want to ride a dirt bike. I say no. I like to watch. I like to watch them ride the dirt bikes. I get a kick out of it, but I know it's not something that I want to do because I definitely wouldn't want to come off of it. I could see me coming off of it, and I'm cool. I'm cool on that. But anyway, you got these guys, you know what I mean? You got people that actually ride these bikes, right? Not bought another interesting fact where you have these guys that actually ride these bikes. Some of the things that they can do, right? Because like I told him, I had a conversation with somebody, and you know, it kind of got a little, you know what I mean? And the person was like, they didn't understand why guys rode the bikes in the cities. You know what I mean? They call dirt bikes. They supposed to be on dirt. Okay, but it's a form of entertainment. The people that ride the bikes enjoy riding bikes, and it's a form of entertainment for the people who actually watch them, because people stand out and watch them actually ride. You know, if nobody watched, more than likely they probably wouldn't be riding. Nobody probably would be interested in riding them. You know what I mean? So you can't say you shouldn't ride it. That's just like, I mean, I'm not interested in hockey, but I'm not going to say that nobody should be playing hockey. You know what I mean? Because people go out and they watch it. Well, I'm not interested in watching the actual hockey game, but I enjoy the fights. So if you got people that actually watch it, it's going to be there. As long as there's somebody to watch it, it's going to be there. It's just like any other thing. And I say, you have some of these people, it is what it is. You got in the city, anybody that's here, and you happen to watch news. That was something that came on the news the other day about how certain schools here don't teach the kids up to their grade level. You know what I mean? So that's nothing new. But so when you got people, a lot of them that didn't even make it to high school, right? So your let's just say your expertise are limited. Nobody wants to not be remembered for something. You know, nobody wants to be not remembered for at least something. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to not be good at something. So if this is something that you can do, and you can do it at a high level, you know, it's to some people it's a self-esteem builder. You know what I mean? It's a self-esteem builder. So if you got a person that's the only thing that actually drives their self-esteem, would you rather take that away? Would you rather take that away altogether? Or would you let them have that and maybe come into the situation, or try to start a conversation about the issue, you know what I mean, and build on it? You just can't knock a person You just want to knock a person down. You know, everybody's not a college graduate. You know what I mean? They got nothing better to do. They need to go get a job. I hate that. Everything that's deemed negative with somebody see it, and the first thing that comes out their mouth, like the only thing they can say, they need to go get a job or something. And you got college graduates that can't find jobs. You know what I mean? And they done wasted 4 years, 8 years in a college, went into debt, and can't find suitable jobs in they, you know what I mean, field of expertise. But nobody say, well, damn, why you got these people that got a bag, right? They got a bag. And you got all these people that actually enjoy riding these bikes, right? Nobody actually get the thought, right? There, bro, go. What up? What's up, bike life? Nobody gets the thought, let me put some money behind this. And let's start something. You had parades. They'll block half the city off. They'll start a route. They'll have a route that covers half of the city. And the parade or march will go through half of the city. And you can have concessions. You can have concession stands or whatever. Even if you don't have concession stands, anything that's along that route where a person can grab a soda, a bag of chips, is going to make money just because people are out there enjoying the spectate. So think about it. If you actually say, well, okay, we're gonna do this. We gonna take, even if it's only a couple days, if you do a day a month during the peak riding season, right? You take a couple days, or say a day a month. It's mainly during the summer, kids are out of school, stuff like that. Half the time I ain't got nothing to do. You done took all the rec centers. You know what I mean? Plan a bike joint. You know what I mean? Let them run the city. You know what I mean? Would it not be better than just saying, oh, y'all just need to go away and stop and stop riding them all together? No, that'd be just like the people. That'd be just like somebody saying, somebody that don't drink alcohol, somebody that don't club, saying, oh, I'm tired of all these clubs and all this alcohol in this city. All the clubs and all the alcohol need to go. What the people that club and alcohol do? Can that possibly happen? No, it can't. No, it won't. Now, I mean, so with that being said, try something else. Next. This your show, bro. This your show. You know more about the topic than I do. You know what I mean? This your field of expertise. You know what I mean? So feel free. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was saying earlier, how you said yesterday, how when the dudes ride the bikes or whatever, it stops a lot of the crime or whatever, because you got a lot of people that if they wasn't actually into riding the bikes, that they might be out there committing violent crime. You know what I mean? Because when idle time, idle mind, you know what I mean? It's easily for, you know what I mean, a person to get teed off in the city. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. And like I was saying earlier, it be people that actually ride together that done had issue. that done had issue. So what would a person have? What would the person rather have? Would a person be willing to give up something for something? It's always, you know what I mean, bargaining. Bargaining is always a part of peace. If you want, if anytime there's peace, it's some give and take. Anytime you get anything you want, it's going to be some give and take. So what would the people that complain about people's riding the bikes, what would they be willing to give up or compromise on to let people ride the bikes? I got a question. I got a question, bro. I got a question, all right? You said, man, you said you had a question, then you stuck food in your mouth. God damn it. God damn it. All right. Bro said, long as they sticking together as a whole, it messes up the bag. It messes up the bag because it ain't no money if people ain't breaking law. You know what I mean? If they stop breaking law, you know what I mean? You can't keep the prison full. You know what I mean? You can't keep the prison full. Oh, uh-oh. Damn it, man. Damn it, man. God damn, enough said. Enough said. You own one. You own one. You definitely own one. For sure. I gotta say to that is for sure. For sure. That ain't nothing but the truth. That's 100% truthful. Anything. I was just saying the other day, and not even to get off topic, not even to actually get off topic, I was saying the other day how it's not even, when they talk about the crime rate and all this stuff, it ain't even about bringing down the crime rate because they're not interested in that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like you said, that's their number one money maker. It's crime. It's crime. You know what I mean? Keeping that justice system rolling. The governor just talked about putting what 20 billion? Was it 20? Was it how many billion? It was billions. The governor I just saw this a couple weeks ago. It was 20, was it 20, 20, 40? It was billions of dollars. And into the budget to hire more police. To hire more police, right? So you hire more police, right? But it's amazing how I can in my travels, just doing my little errands and whatnot, I can be riding through the city and I see police just sitting in their cars, sitting on the block, sitting, obstructing traffic, one facing one way, the other one facing the other way, sitting there talking to each other while people trying to get up and down the street, they blocking the street, you know what I mean? Hoping you say something out of pocket to them so, you know what I mean, they can violate you. You know what I mean? But we need, we need more. We need more. We need more of them. We need more of them to actually do nothing. To actually do nothing. You know what I mean? And then the more you hire, they're gonna have a quota. They'll tell you that they don't have a quota, but anybody in their freaking mind know that they got a quota. They are responsible for so many arrests a month. You know what I mean? They got to show exactly. They got to compensate for what they did during their time on the clock. So either they making arrests or they writing tickets. You know what I mean? They got to do something. They got to be doing something. But so what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? If it ain't crime, if you don't have a crime, exactly. 20 billion, no new schools, no rec centers. And when they said something about rec centers, oh man, I said something about rec centers to somebody. I mentioned it. I was like, what are they talking about? When they had the whole defund the police thing. How you going to defund the police? How do people going to have no police? That was defund. Defund does not mean abolish. Defund just means take some of the money out. Just take some of the money out and reallocate it to other things. You know what I mean? Exactly. You already know. You know what I mean? It's time to show and prove. Anytime there's election coming, they got to show and prove. You know what I mean? And if anybody paying attention, the demographic of the city is changing, and it's changing real fast. So the demographic is changing. You know what I mean? And the keep it G, to keep it a buck, we not included. We not included in the future of this city. We not really included in the future of this city. You know what I mean? We not really included. You know what I mean? Tell me the last city official. Let's just say last city official, the last mayor. Let's just say the last mayor that they haven't got out of office due to some kind of controversy. Every mayor that they get, well, I'm going to say, I'm black mayor. I mean, last black mayor, there hasn't been one. You know what I mean? That they didn't get out of black mayor. Not black man, but black mayor. That they didn't bring up some type of controversy to get them out of the office. I mean, they got super petty. They got super petty with Sheila Dixon. They got super petty with her. They couldn't, you know what I mean? They couldn't really drag her on much. So they get petty and talk about some freaking gift cards. Some freaking gift cards. When you got other people stealing money out of the budget like crazy, they actually drag her through the system for gift cards. You know what I mean? Just to throw her in front of the bus. It's something coming. It's a shift coming. And they making a statement that quote unquote, it is what it is. That quote unquote black leadership isn't the right leadership for the city. For the city. I mean, it is what it is. If you watch it, and pay attention, because like I say, in the next 15 years, the city is not going to include us. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It is, man. Like you say, a big tech boom. The governor just signed a contract down the port with Mercedes-Benz that made the port the biggest distributor of automobiles in the country. You know what I mean? They bringing all this stuff to Baltimore. They shipping us out of here. They shipping us out of here in the next 15, 20 years, man. The city ain't going to look nothing like it look now. You know what I mean? It's not going to look nothing like it look right now. I mean, you already see the change. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because if and I be telling them, I tell a person, anybody that got a bag right now, get a couple houses. Now, I mean, you ain't got to buy a house that's fixed up. Get a couple vacant joints. Go down City Hall, get in the book. You know what I mean? Get a couple of them vacants. You know what I mean? Get them loans, fix them joints up, and don't sell them. Don't even sell them when they come through, and try to buy it up. Don't even sell them. They coming through, and they getting people out of here who families been in the city basically for the last 70, 80 years. 70, 80 years. Families, generations of their families been raised in this area. They coming through and they giving them pennies. They giving them pennies for the properties. You give a person $30,000, you come through and give a person $30,000 for their house. You give them $30,000 for their house and moving expenses. Now, if you plan on buying another house somewhere, that ain't no money. But then when they come in and they renovate the house and plush it out, you think of the average house right in this area that been renovated and they done plushed it out is selling for anywhere between $200,000 and $300,000, and that's not even a semi-detached home. That's a row house, a row home for $300,000. $300,000. What average person? What average person that's around here right now can afford to put $300,000 up for a house? Who can afford to spend $300,000 for a house? It's not for you. It's not for you. You know what I mean? That right there tells you it's not for you. It's not for you. You know what I mean? You go down, you take a trip down Madison Street. You take a trip down Madison Street. They got a freaking shirt. What is that? A Sheraton? Was that a Sheraton or a freaking Hyatt? Right by the hospital. They put a hotel right there, and then what they do? The little project joints right off of what's that? Clay Homes and whatever little projects right down there past the hospital. Oh, we gonna relocate all y'all. Relocated all them. They didn't got down Perkins. They didn't relocated everybody from down Perkins. You know what I mean? No, we getting y'all up out of here. We get ready to change all this. We gonna have condos and luxury joints down here that you're not gonna be able to afford. You're not gonna be able to afford that on no Amazon check, or not even a Hopkins check for the positions that the average person that look like you is going to be able to come in the door and get. It's not for you. It's not for you. So, and that's what I say, the whole crime thing plays into that. It plays into that big time. Because that's how they being able to give people pennies for their properties, because they come in and say, oh, the property value, the crime rate has got the property value down so low because there's so much crime. So we can only offer you nothing. We can only offer you nothing. So what do you want to do? You know what I mean? And a fool will probably take it. You know what I mean? A fool will probably take it. You know what I mean? Then they come in, the same time they telling you that the property value is so low, a house that been renovated 2 doors down is being listed for $250,000. But they telling you we can give you $30,000 for your property. People got to pay attention to the play. People got to pay attention to the play. You know what I mean? And it's a people better start holding hands. People better start holding hands and actually figuring it out. You know what I mean? Start supporting one another. When people have business endeavors, you know what I mean? You better start supporting one another and their business endeavors, you know what I mean? So we all can get a bag. Yo, you better know they are. You better know they are. You better know they are. And trust and believe me, Jack. You better know they are. And trust and believe me. Them some dirty people, man. They be playing dirty pool, man. They be playing dirty pool for real. You see what they did? You look at that. Would trip me out. Would trip me out. And that's the thing. My peoples bought the house. I remember, and this wasn't even like maybe 20 years ago. 20 years ago, when you had property selling. Here we go. Russia in the house. Russia in the house. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's been 20 years ago. You know what I mean? And you could get a decent house for still like $40-something thousand in the area. You know what I mean? For $40-something thousand. Lord knows if you spent $100, if you spent $100, you know what I mean? You had something real nice, super nice. You know what I mean? But just in the last 20 years, the the property value tripled, but you saying the crime rate is up there, but the you know what I mean, but the property value is down, but the cost tripled. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Trust me, they always been dirty, man. They always been dirty. They always been a bunch of dirty people, man. And that's but that ain't nothing new, because anybody that's been successful and they failed the choice had to play a little, most of them didn't play the little dirty pool. But when it comes to that real estate, I done seen people leave their houses and the freaking house mysteriously burned down. After they refused to sell the house. It tripped me out. But once you get a holdout for so long and they know you ain't going nowhere, they'll be like, all right, we'll build around you. That's just like the house right there on Washington and right there for Washington and Jefferson, where the bar used to be at. When they start buying that stuff up, and the people that owned that house used to be right next to the bar. And they start buying that stuff up. Them people refuse to sell that house. They try to get them people out that house. They would not sell that house. You see what they did eventually. You go past there now, and they got that big old building right there. And there's one house, got that big old building covering that whole block. You know what I mean? And it's that one house, that one house sitting there. You can imagine how much that pissed them off. You can imagine how much that pissed them off. It's a crazy game. It's a crazy game. What am I doing? And see, that's the whole thing. And see, they rather get right. That's why, and I say, keep an eye on them motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? Just trust me. It's just like anything else, man. They ain't above doing something shiesty to try to get what they want. That's what I tell everybody. And it'd be so, especially the people that work there. People I know that work there. You got people because they'll help people buy houses or say, oh, help you buy a property in the area. But now the average house in the area that's renovated, like I say, is running between 250, 300,000. So if you working in there and you ain't making 100,000 a year, if you ain't making 100,000 a year, it don't even make sense to try to buy a house that's cost $200 and something, $300,000. It don't even make sense. But what's your other alternative? It's either put yourself on the line for something that you know you ain't even going to be able to keep up with, and eventually they get you up out of there and you still be on the books, on a bank. This other person get it now and get a bando. Get a bando. Something that been sitting there with taxes on it. Go right down City Hall, pay them back taxes, pay the back taxes on the property, and wait it out and see if the owner come through and pay the taxes. If they don't come and pay the taxes, I think it's 6 months, then you get the property. Then you get a loan and plush it out. You know what I mean? Get you a loan for $40,000, $50,000 and plush it out. You know what I mean? There you go. Now you sitting on a property that's worth anywhere between, you ain't even got to do a whole bunch. You know what I mean? You sitting on a property that's worth anywhere between at least 100, at least 150, 200. It's crazy. And I'll be telling people, you got stuff like people be so concerned about petty stuff, right? Stuff that don't even make sense, that don't even make a whole lot of sense. Like you worried about somebody riding a bike, right? About somebody riding a bike, but you say you want crime, right? But let's just keep it a buck. Let's just stay at a buck, right? Let's stay on that buck right now. You know what I mean? Them cameras, they didn't text. Everybody hear my background music. Everybody hear my background music, right? You know what I mean? Now they didn't tax the citizens, the public or whatever for these cameras, these street cameras, these city cameras and stuff like that, right? Now I mean, to each their own. Now this is where the irony comes in at, to let you know just how dumb people think that you are, right? Now they say, oh, you pay all these millions and millions of dollars for this camera system, right? They're supposed to be so sophisticated. But then when something happened, you say you don't have no suspects, right? You don't have no suspects, but you got a camera on every, you can't walk 2 blocks. You can't walk 2 blocks, right? You can't walk 2 blocks without being on one of them cameras, right? Now, for anybody to see this, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But anybody to see this and think I'm just speaking on some racial lines, you know what I mean? Certain things speak for themselves, right? Now, let's just say, oh, well, let's not get racial, right? We ain't gotta get racial, right? Just say, take a John Hopkins worker, right? Just take a John Hopkins worker, right? Let's say that since John Hopkins is big in the city, right? You say a John Hopkins worker happens to get murdered, right? Right? Now you got the hospital got their foot on the city hall neck, right? Hospital got their foot on city hall neck. Guarantee you. And people think in some cases when certain people become victims of crime, the person be arrested in a week, within a week's time, right? Within a week's time. All of a sudden, they got this person, right? They got this person, right? But when it's the average person, right? When it's, let's say, we just say the average person, when this type of stuff happens to the average person, we ain't got a clue, because it don't benefit them. It don't benefit them to actually, you know what I mean, do this for the average person, because the way they look at it is, okay, we killing two birds with one stone. We killing two birds with one stone. We got one of them out of here. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe we can get a couple more up out of here. You know what I mean? Unless you happen to knock over the wrong one. Then if you knock over the wrong one, we got to come and get you. We got to come and get you. You know what I mean? I be telling people, I laugh, right? Now, to each his own. I mean, come on, you got to bear, people had to bear some form of responsibility, right? For their actions, right? Especially when you do stupid things, right? You tend to get stupid results, right? Now you see, if you notice that it's cameras, right? If it's cameras right here, and you happen to do something in particular, and you know that you caught on camera, and you think, well, you know what I mean? It's dark outside. You know what I mean? Come on, sometimes you gotta do, you know, you can't get to the next grade without doing homework. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta perfect your play. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta perfect your play. You know what I mean? If you do idiotic things, I'ma just, you know what I mean? When I see things and they put stuff on the news, right? And they show you, just, I ain't even got to go all the way into it. The next time they say something happened and they show a photograph, right? A photograph from one of the street cameras, right? And that photo be super grainy, right? Be super grainy. And you be like, how can somebody, how the hell can somebody even, how can you even tell? You can't tell who that is. You can't tell who that is. You know what I mean? I gotta call what it is, right? I gotta call what it is. I gotta call bullshit, right? I gotta call bullshit. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you, from first-hand experience, I know exactly how good those freaking cameras work. When it's dark outside. You know what I mean? When it's dark outside. Matter of fact, not just when it's dark outside. When it's dark outside and it's raining. You know what I mean? when it's dark outside and it's raining and you're in a vehicle. Add to it, and you're in a vehicle. That means so miss me with the gas. And when I say the gas, I mean the goofy ass shit. Miss me with all the gas. Miss me with all the goofy ass shit. You know what I mean? You gotta watch the play. You gotta watch the play. You know what I mean? And they sell people this. Oh, the cameras only work sometimes. The cameras only work sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It just speaks to how ignorant people look at you and just judge you like, you know what I mean? I could tell, you know what I mean? I could stand over this person and just piss all over their forehead and tell them it's grape juice. You know what I mean? And tell them it's and tell them it's just Concord grape juice. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I ain't even got to piss purple. I ain't even pissing purple. You know what I mean? Just tell them it's Concord grape juice. You feel me? Listen, but as long as somebody don't say nothing, you know what I mean? Perfect the play, man. Perfect the play. If you're gonna play, if that's what you're gonna do, perfect your play. You know what I mean? If you're gonna play, perfect your play. Don't sit there in front of them cameras and think because ain't nobody pulled up on you. They ain't pulled up on you and knocked you that the camera don't work. That it don't work. That's more of a reason to think, damn, I'm standing in front of this camera jamming. I've been jamming in front of this camera for the last 6 months. That camera must not work because they ain't even came through here and snatched up nothing. No. No, it ain't because the camera don't work. It ain't because the camera don't work. It's because somebody else say, nah, leave them alone. We got this one. We got this one. Shit. You ain't seen this many people. You ain't seen this many people from here with Fed charges since Freddie Gray. How many people going to the feds from here? Say like in the last 5 years. You better think twice. You better think twice, and you ain't even gotta be a scholar. You ain't even gotta be a scholar making top dollar. You know what I mean? To figure that one out. Shit. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Then when they come, you holler, what's this about? Then you see, then the thing that tripped me out, you can see it happen to Joe Blow. You can see it happen to Joe Blow. And then as soon as he gone, you go stand on the same strip. You go stand in the same spot that he was just in. You go not even around the corner, but in the very same spot. Know what I mean? You looking down at your feet, making sure you got your feet right in the same spot that he had his feet at. You know what I mean? What we doing? What we doing? Exactly. And see, you know, you get booked in DC, you got a Fed charge, period. You know what I mean? You get booked in DC, you got Fed charge, period. And that's what they doing. That's what they doing. They trying to fix, man. Like I say, it's all design, man. It's designed, man. It's all designed, man. Like I say, sometimes you gotta switch up, you gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up and perfect your play. Know what I mean? You gotta switch it up and perfect your play. Now, I mean, if you see it ain't working, that's just like anything else. If you see something ain't working, if you see the damn light switch, you turn the light, go to turn the light on, and you just click the switch 20 times. Do you gotta sit and the light ain't come on? Did you gotta sit there and click it 150 more times to figure out? Yeah, that shit broke. Something wrong with that light. Yeah, I think something wrong with that light. Oh. It's so bad. I'll come on here and talk all day until my face turn blue. Until my face turn blue. Literally. But I be wanting to, I can lay out a play that could actually a five-year play that can take any click, that if it's done right, it can get any click in a legitimate space if it's done right. If they got the if they got the sense, you know what I mean, to stick to it. But I can't even sit there and I ain't even gonna hold you. I'd be scared to death to actually see somebody on the street and talk to them. You know what I mean? Trying to give them that information. Because Lord knows, if you end up in some pictures, if you end up in somebody's pictures, Jesus. Jesus. You end up in some pictures. Now, oh, this is the guy that put the whole plan together. Especially if they start working it. If they start working the plan, oh, this is the guy that put it together. So he's the head. And I ain't do shit but have a conversation. I ain't have nothing but a conversation. And it's simple. It's simple. The plan is simple. The plan is super simple. The plan only consists of stop being a consumer. Stop being a consumer and start being a supplier. And that don't mean a supplier. We talking about in a legitimate sense. You know what I mean? So I could do it here all day long because I'm speaking hypothetical, right? I'm speaking hypothetically, right? I'm speaking hypothetically. Like I was telling somebody, I say, you take the average click. They'll have the average clicker have you might got, let's say, anyway, 6 to 7 people, right? 6 to 7 people, right? And the average click, right? Now, if they get into any money, right? How much money is the average person that's on the block gonna blow, just gonna run through in a week's time. In a week's time, you gonna blow through a stack easy, and that's if you ain't even really getting no money. You gonna blow through a stack, right? That's the average person. Even if Lord knows, if you don't do nothing but get fresh once a week and go to the club, you're gonna spend half of that. You're gonna spend half of that on getting fresh for the club and at the club. Now, between if you smoke, if you drink, if you freaking off, whatever, you're going through a stack. You're gonna go through a stack a week. So you take a let's just say a 5-man, say a 5-person clique, right? And everybody go through a stack week, right? Now, everybody say, look, we're going to put this plan into effect. Everybody going to have to show some discipline, right? Now, that stack that you was just blowing, you cut that in half, right? You cut that in half. And you got 5 people that's holding on it, and y'all, so that means y'all every week, y'all little clique putting 2,500 on the side every week. Y'all throwing 2,500. Now I mean 2,500 on the side every week. So at the end of the month, y'all got at least 10 bands, right? Y'all got at least 10 bands, right? At least 10 bands a month, right? So 12 months in the year, $120,000 a year, right? You could take, just say y'all have a meeting of the minds, right? Every 3 months. Y'all have a meeting of the minds, right? Y'all could take that and start investing in houses and start your own, I mean, home improvement joint. You know what I mean? Home improvement company. You don't want to do the real estate. If you're the type of person that if you got people that you deal with like that, man, you can start a freaking t-shirt company. You know what I mean? You can start a t-shirt company. You can sell t-shirts, get the printing materials, make your own joints. In one month, that 10 stacks, you could get all the equipment that you need to start making your own clothes, sweatsuits, t-shirts, all that. Boom, you can do that in a month, right? That's a legitimate income. That's a legitimate income right there in 30 days. Now you can every month, or if you decide, well, all right, we're going to do the next one in 3 months with 30 stacks. Y'all come up with another idea. By the end of the year, with $120,000, you should have been able to produce at least four legitimate businesses with that $120,000. Be it regardless to how small those business ideas are, it could have been some type of legitimate business idea, whereas though it could have generated some income. Dig it? And this is just with your throwaway money. But you still doing what you're doing, right? You still doing what you're doing. By the end of the first year, y'all got 4 legitimate businesses, right? Y'all still got 4 years to go, right? Y'all still got 4 years to go, right? Now, if y'all show some discipline, if they was to show some discipline and work that same program for the next 4 years, right? Now, if you end up with 20 legitimate businesses, right? And there's 5 of y'all, 5 of y'all, and let's just say all of them ain't paying out. If you had 20, and that's a minimum, you know what I mean? Because you should have some show enough ones, you know what I mean? If you sinking 50 into a business idea, you know what I mean? You should have, you know what I mean? At least by the end of that, you should have had 10 of those joints should have been strong enough to sustain. And there's 5 of y'all with 10 businesses. You can't walk away. You know what I mean? You can't walk away. You dig it? Now you didn't left it. You didn't left all that to the next ones, to the next people in line. You know what I mean? You didn't left all that to the next one, the next people up. You know what I mean? They come in, the game get passed on. The game get passed on. You give them that same game. Look, do this, and you won't even have to. You know what I mean? You won't even have to keep doing this. You know what I mean? And see, and that's and that right there in itself cuts down on a lot of the drama, because a lot of the drama comes from toes being stepped on. You know what I mean? When you have somebody trying to step on the next person's toes. But if you have a person come in and be like, look, you got 5 years. You got 5 years. You know what I mean? You got 5 years and you out of here. You know what I mean? By the time you done got your thing and did your thing and got up out of there, now the little ones that then jumped off the porch, you know what I mean? They didn't slid right into position. You know what I mean? But, and that's only if you wanted to wait around for the whole 5 years. You know what I mean? But, hey man, because people know you be only a fool to say, oh, you know what I mean? They need to get off the corner. Long as it's a demand for something, there's going to be a supply. Somebody's going to be meeting the supply for it. So that's, you know what I mean? That's just like talking to the wind. You know what I mean? Saying something like that is just talking to the wind. As long as there's a demand for something, there's going to be somebody there to supply it. You know what I mean? So just miss me with all that. Miss me completely with all that. So when I say certain things, I got a real low tolerance for just bullshit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I certain things I can't even sit there and listen to if it don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? If it ain't making sense, I can't sit there and give it my attention. Now, I might think I'm listening. Well, I ain't gonna say I might think I'm listening, but the other person might think I'm listening. But I'm probably listening to Yo Gotti, because most of the time I got a earbud in one of my ears or whatever. You might think I'm sitting there shaking my head or whatever. You thinking I'm agreeing with him the whole time. I'm not even paying you no mind. You know what I mean? Because the first 5 words that came out your mouth was just so super stupid. You know what I mean? It just turned my brain off. I say one day People will get it, man. I be wanting to say certain things, but like I said yesterday, you can't say, you say certain stuff, especially if it's something that a person wouldn't expect to hear come from you. They can know it can make all the sense in the world, but simply because it came from you, I don't know. That shit ain't gonna work. That shit can't work. Now, I mean, you already said that shit can't work. Now, I mean, or sit there and tell people, oh, it can't work, to make them believe it can't work. And then they go back, turn and go right around the corner and say the same thing you said to 10 other people. Next thing you know, you got somebody running with your idea. You know what I mean? Trying to say it's their own. Now, I didn't already had that happen. I done had that happen a couple times. But see, an idea don't manifest itself. You know what I mean? You can have the idea, but if you don't know how to work the idea, it ain't even no good of you having it. You gotta know how to work it. It's crazy. I don't understand. For the life of me, I don't understand how people sit there and spend every dollar. Well, I can understand it. I'm sitting here and I'm saying I don't understand it, but I can understand it. I can absolutely understand it. You know what I mean? I can understand it. You know what I mean? But after you didn't, but I guess you got to let people experience certain things. People got to experience certain things on their own, hit their own walls. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Run into their own wall. You know what I mean? They self before they get it sometimes. You know what I mean? But when you got somebody that tell you something, but I guess, you know what I mean? When somebody say he talking, well, why you ain't do it? Why you ain't do it? Because I ain't got that type of income freed up. Whereas though, well, I ain't gonna say, well, no, I'm not blowing no $1,000 a week. I ain't got the income to be blowing no $1,000 a week. But I see people that do it. But then if they get booked, can't even pay a $100,000 bill at 5%. You understand what I'm saying? How have you been on? How have you been standing out there for the last 2 years, and you can't pay a $100,000 bill at 5%? But I guess, you know what I mean. Action is a, you know what I mean, a better teacher than anybody. I mean, can ever sit there and just speak the word, and you know what I mean. People got to see things, you know. A lot of people you can't tell them you had to, you know what I mean? Everybody can't, you know what I mean? And it's cool. Everybody can't read the book. Some people need the books with the pictures, with it, when you open the book up and the pictures pop out. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know what I mean? Some people got to actually see it. So, you know what I mean? Some people need the visual aids. You know what I mean? Some people need visual aids in order to understand things, and that's cool too. But you got a lot of people that actually can understand. But like I say, just the fact that it's coming from somebody that they don't expect it to come from, they would hate to give a person that credit. You know what I mean? They would have to give a person that credit. No, he said that. You know what I mean? That was him. He said that. You know what I mean? But I got some stuff like to say. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. Absolutely right. I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. That's one thing that I wouldn't do. Anytime I had to step in front of them peoples, and I know I had a serious charge, ain't no way I'm going in there and not have a paid attorney. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world I was going to do it. But you got people, I don't understand how you got, man, it's a lot of stuff that go on right now. I just say, man, I can't. But like I say, that just come from the manual. The manual wasn't handed down. The manual didn't get handed down with the game. You know what I mean? People didn't get the fundamentals. It's like you said here, watch this. Did you see what happened? You see what happened? Okay, now that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Now go it out there and do it. You know what I mean? What I'm doing. You know what I mean? What I'm doing. You got to start passing that manual. You got to start passing that manual around. Like I say, just like, and you be a fool. A person to be a fool to expect, like I say, certain things are just overnight, just poof and disappear. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to stop getting money. Nobody's going to stop getting money because you're not going to tell a person to not feed their family if that's they only, if they feel as though that's their only way to do so. You're not going to do that. You're not going to tell a person to not feed their family, not pay a bill or whatever. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But working smarter, you know what I mean? Playing the game smarter. You know what I mean? Playing the game smarter till you gotta. That's the whole thing. You play the game smart until you ain't got to play the game at all. You know what I mean? And a lot of people not playing the game smart at all. You know what I mean? But like I say, once you get them, when you get those people, you got to get certain people to get them lines of communication open. Once you get certain people to get lines of communication open, and people can come to agreement on certain things, you know what I mean? And start pushing, because everybody in the hood can't be, you know what I mean? Everybody in the hood can't be a block boy. You know what I mean? Everybody in the hood can't be a block boy. We got to start pushing. We got to start pushing lawyers. We got to start pushing doctors. Just like we push, you know what I mean? Just like we push a person to push a pack. Yeah, I mean, when you see certain people, you can basically know who built for what. You know what I mean? No, you gonna do this. You know what I mean? You gonna do this. This was for you. You know what I mean? You got trust me. You got to start. We got to start operating like other people. I'm gonna just say other people do. You know what I mean? Along certain lines, because they ain't no different than the people at the bottom. Trust me, because ain't nobody got no. I don't know nobody. I ain't gonna say I don't know nobody with no boat. Well, damn it, I don't know nobody with no damn boat. I don't. Well, not right offhand. Well, I don't know nobody that got no boat that's gonna bring it over here. You know what I mean? That's gonna get it across the water. So, trust me, and don't nobody magically snap their finger and you know what I mean, and it just show up on the front step. You know what I mean? So hands is dirty on that side just as well as they dirty over here. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they'll say, no, you ain't gonna be involved in this. You gonna go do this. You know what I mean? You gonna do this. Everybody, this ain't for everybody. I be tripping. I be tripping. You know what I mean? You got people that actually, everybody can't. I don't know, man. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them lines open, man. I gotta get them lines open because I got so much stuff. But I wanna just be able to hand the. I want to be able to hand the whole joint over. I want to be able to hand the whole joint over and basically be a spectator. You know what I mean? And just sit there and let the other people, whoever on the joint, and let them run things. And I just ask a question. I just ask a question every now and then and let them run with it. Just so I can get a, you know what I mean? I can get an understanding of where certain people mindsets are, you know what I mean? And because I could be a motherfucker. I could be a motherfucker, you know what I mean, with picking the brain. I think I probably missed my calling. I probably should have been a freaking psychiatrist or a psychologist or something. You know what I mean? Because I've always been the type of person, you know what I mean, that like picking brains and, you know what I mean? But anybody that might tap in and should be like, damn, I thought this was about dirt bikes. Dirt bikes. It was about dirt bikes. It was about dirt bikes. You had to go back and you had to catch it. You had to go back and you had to catch it. You know what I mean? And how dirt bikes relate to day to day. You know what I mean? How I relate to this and how I relate to that. But the question was, what would people rather have? What would you rather put up with? Would you rather put up with dirt bikes? Or would you rather put up with bodies? If you could stop the bodies, would you gladly put up with the dirt bikes? What one would you rather have? Violence or bikes? Violence or bikes? Tell me something, bro. Because I was playing around with the question, right? And the thing a lot of people say about the dudes riding the bikes, right? They say, like, when they riding, right? And they riding in the pack or whatever. and you might have somebody stop the traffic, right? And until the pack come through, right? But I see it for what it is. It's a responsible thing because they riding through or whatever. You know what I mean? And if a person do that, you ain't got to worry about somebody coming through the intersection and getting smacked by a car. You know what I mean? Then you got two people. They messed up, right? So that'd be one of the questions, right? That's one of the questions. But the other question would be, why do they? You know what I mean? A lot of times they be minor shit. You know what I mean? It'd be minor. It should be just nitpicking for one. But they be so disrespectful to the police, and they be kicking the police cars. But like I tell a person, I was like, but what you don't see is when the police will sit there and be trying to kill them. You know what I mean? Will be trying to kill them for riding a bike. You know what I mean? By trying to hit the back wheel and shit like that. You know what I mean? They didn't actually did it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, but you don't see stuff like that, but you see somebody kick a car, but you don't know what might have happened before somebody did something like that. But of course, you'll see the negative. You know what I mean? But did I you know what I mean? See, and this the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Like I said, I remember my homeboy Pooh. Homeboy Lil Pooh. They did him dirty up the hill on Milton Avenue. You know what I mean? And he ain't the only one. He not the only one. That's what they do. They've been doing it for years. It's been years since they done told them they not supposed to chase them. They not supposed to chase dudes on the bikes or whatever. And they're not only chasing when they not supposed to. You know what I mean? When they not supposed to. You know what I mean? But they will sit there and try to knock them off the bike. You know what I mean? So what do you? But the same person to say two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two rights don't make a wrong either. Shit. You know what I mean? Two rights don't make a wrong either. So if he felt as though he was right, you know what I mean, in his actions, I'm quite sure. You know what I mean? Me somebody kicking a car that try to, you know what I mean, make him fall off the bike. What do we do? Right, and that's why I say it been plenty of people, and you just happen to be one of the lucky ones. You know what I mean? That are able to actually speak about it, because like I say, I know people. You know what I mean? That they didn't actually did dirty. You know what I mean? That ain't even here. That ain't even here. But they didn't get. You know what I mean? They didn't face no charges or none of that. You know what I mean? They ain't face no charges or none of that. So people will see things and try to, you know what I mean, use their own interpretation, you know what I mean, to try to sway an opinion on something, you know what I mean? But there you got it. So for anybody that might get it and had their question on their mind, there you go. There you go. Brother Bike Life said it. You know what I mean? They didn't hit him on the bike when he was 15. So You know what I mean? You can, you know what I mean? Lil Pooh got hit up on Milton and Huffman. They killed Lil Pooh on Milton and Huffman. Hit his wheel, hit the back wheel, man, and he lost control of the bike and hit a freaking car, man. It hit a car. You know what I mean? Shit crazy. Yeah, you see. And then that's the thing I was telling you, you say something stupid like that. Okay, well, you can fix a dent. You can fix a dent. You know what I mean? You can fix a dent. You can't fix a death though. You know what I mean? You can fix a death. You can fix a dent, but you can't fix a death. You know what I mean? That's that gas. You know what I mean? That's that gas. That goofy ass shit. You know what I mean? Good God Almighty. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. And I joke with my sister. I joke with my sister all the time, right? Because I used to get locked up all the time, right? For different shit. Most of the time, I would give them the blues. You know what I mean? I would get pulled over, and the first thing they, you know, anybody that know, if you got a vehicle in your name, they run your tag, all your information popping up. So when they run my joint, as soon as they see gun charge, you know what I mean, that I had a previous gun charge, the lights coming on. You know what I mean? The lights coming on. You know what I mean? Lights coming on. So, and I would get out on them. You go from, oh, I pulled you over for a seatbelt. You ain't had no seatbelt on. Can I search the vehicle? No, you can't. You can give me a ticket. If you feel like you want to write the ticket, you can give me the ticket and leave me alone. You know what I mean? But now you go as far, now you're gonna get super petty and call for a dog and claim that the dog hit on something, and now you pulling me out the car and now you taking my car saying you found this, and you know what I mean? But I used to tell my sister, I'm like, man, I ain't do nothing, right? I ain't do nothing. And she would swear me down. You must have did something, right? You must have did something, right? I ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? But she would swear me down I was lying. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, if I did something, if I'd have did something, I would have at least told her, you know what I mean? I did such and such. But she would tell me, no, you did something. You know what I mean? You did that, you did something. But soon as they locked the gun task force up, when they knocked the gun task force off, and she seen all the dirt that they was doing, right? I was like, oh, so you ain't believe me, you know what I mean? But she ain't the only one, you know what I mean? Because whatever they say, whatever them people said, you know what I mean? Oh, they don't lie? You know what I mean? They don't lie. What reason they got to lie? You know what I mean? I should just trip off of it. But it is what it is, man. You don't fall in line. They do it every day. They do it every day. It's part of the system. It's part of the system. They are paid to fill the system. So that's their job, to fill the system. And if it ain't no crime, they gotta create something. You know what I mean? They gotta create something. Because if it's no crime, they don't have a job. You know what I mean? How do they have a job if there's no crime? So if there's no crime, they gotta create something. That go without saying. You know what I mean? But I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? I'm just a guy that played stupid for a long time. You know what I mean? I just played stupid for a long time. You know what I mean? The so-called fit in. You know what I mean? I dumped myself down for a long time to fit in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's hard to shake that. It's hard to shake that the way people look at you when they looked at you for being, you know what I mean, like you ain't know nothing. People look at you like you ain't know nothing for the longest time. Then when you start saying stuff and letting people know that you actually know something, you know, it kind of mess with people, kind of rub them the wrong way. Yeah, we'll be looking at. Yeah, I'm like, man, shit. I'm 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 over there. I'm pretty much over it. And see, that's another thing. And since the whole they howling shit been crazy. If anybody that's paying attention, you see now they had to get rid of the gun task force. They had to get rid of the gun task force. But now they're using the I don't even know what they call these dudes. They riding around in the black trucks. They riding around in the black trucks, and I guess they scanning tags or whatever, because they got the joints on the truck that be scanning the tags and stuff like that. And I guess they I think they supposed to be they got the title of like they stolen, like they supposedly look for stolen vehicles or something, like the stolen vehicle task force or some gas like that, right? You know what I mean? But that's what they're using to, you know what I mean, to replace the gun task force. Because now they use them to pull a motherfucker over. They use them to pull a person over. And then you know, I ain't gotta tell you how many people that's riding around here and they ain't riding right. Something ain't right. You know what I mean? The license ain't right, the tags ain't right, something ain't right. You know what I mean? Whereas though they can legitimately or so-called legitimately pull over. So once they pull you over, they got all most of the time, if your joint ain't right, they going through the car. They going through the car. So this is the new thing that's replacing. They can't just bring back the gun task force. You know what I mean? Because there was so much negative publicity on it. You know what I mean? So this is what they disguise, and this is the new gun task force. This is what they're using to try to you know what I mean, to go around, you know what I mean, to step around your rights and hope that you got a gun in the vehicle. You know what I mean? Hoping they can come up with a reason to get inside your vehicle and hopefully they can get a gun out the vehicle. But I tell a person, you behind that wheel, you better get right. Yeah, you better get right. You better get right. Man, I say people got to see what the hell is going on in real time. In real time, better be paying attention. Better be paying attention. And the person they holler this. I just heard this dude say he putting billions of dollars behind the police department. You ain't putting that much money behind the police department for no reason. You know what I mean? It's just letting you know, the more police that's on the streets, the more people they gotta arrest. You know what I mean? So it's all part of the play. The ones we can't get up out of here, if they sticking around like they trying to hang around, no, we gotta break that up. We gotta break that structure up. You know what I mean? We get the mail out the house, which is most of the time, you know what I mean, breadwinner. You know what I mean? Get them up out of there. Get them up out of there, and hopefully everything else will fall apart. We get that. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing for them. I ain't got nothing for them. I'm trying to get my rights. I'm trying to get my rights reinstated. I'm trying to get my rights reinstated. I'm trying to get my rights reinstated. And I'm gonna just leave that right. I'm gonna just leave that like that. I'm trying to get my rights reinstated. No, I mean, I heard that I should be able to get them back. So I think I need them back. I think I'm gonna need them back. Now, I mean, you gotta peep the game. Peep the game. Just when you catch a child, people don't know when they can get you. Once they get you part of their system, they chipping away at you as a person. Because now you losing the right to do certain things and this, that, and the third. You can't vote. If you can't vote, if you can't actually vote, then you don't count. And in their eyes, you don't actually count. And that's the thing I don't understand. If you tell a person they can't vote, how at the same time you're going to tell them that you got to pay taxes though. I can't elect my government officials, but I gotta pay for them. You know what I mean? I gotta pay their salary, but I can't pick them. You know what I mean? I can't pick you fuckers, but I gotta pay you. You know what I mean? That ain't a kick in the ass. You know what I mean? That's the biggest kick in the ass. You know what I mean? That's on some real fuck you pay me. That's on some real fuck you pay me. No, you can't. Fuck you pay me. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing but pay me. Now get the fuck now get back to work. Now get back to work. Man. No, I ain't gonna try to do nothing. I was getting ready to say I'm gonna try that. I'm telling them shit, they didn't, man. I'm paying these fuckers down for some goddamn shit that they got my ass on books now for some trying not to pay taxes. You know what I mean? I wish I'd have thought about that while I was down there and making an agreement. I mean, to pay these joints off. You know what I mean? Y'all told me I couldn't. Why was I paying taxes for the years that I couldn't vote? I don't know. Maybe I should talk to somebody. I should actually talk to somebody about that. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of crazy. That's a legitimate argument. That don't make sense. If a person can't pick their leadership, why the hell should they have to pay? That don't make sense. Yeah, shit. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know what I mean? I don't even know why the hell I gotta pay for the police. Why the hell my money going to pay the fucking police? I don't need nothing from them. I don't need nothing from them. I need none of their services. You know what I mean? I feel like you should be able to actually, whatever taxes that you pay, that you should be able to at least put, you know what I mean, on a form where you want your taxes money to go to. I want my taxes to go to this, and that. You know what I mean? Instead of a person telling you, oh, as a matter of fact, I'm just totally going somewhere else right now. I didn't just totally went off the rails. This, you know what I mean? And they talk about if you get a broad, right? You get a broad and you trick her out, right? Right? They want to lock you up for pandering, right? Trying to say you human trafficking and pandering. But you ever really looked at the picture of Uncle Sam, of this actual picture of this fictitious character that they call Uncle Sam, right? This motherfucker with this colorful suit on, this colorful suit on, and this big ass hat, right? If this don't look like, let's just say, their interpretation of a pimp, you know what I mean? If this don't look like their best interpretation of a pimp, a loud suit and a hat, and he's pimping the hell out the whole country. Biggest pimp that ever exists. Uncle Sam, you got to pay your taxes. I don't have no. I asked my mother, I asked my father, and both of them told me I ain't never had no uncle named fucking Sam. I don't have no uncles named Sam. So I don't know who the hell this guy is that you telling me that I gotta give my money to. I don't have no uncles named Sam. And he definitely don't look like nobody, you know what I mean, that's part of my family. So but you say I gotta, that's some real pimp, man. If that's super pimping. That's super pimping. I need what do you say, like 35% of everything you make. 35% of everything you make. The hell kind of shit is that, bro? You go make $1, I'm gonna need 35 cents of that. For no reason. For no reason. Just because. Pimping. Super pimping. I need 35% of whatever you make. Just because. Got nothing to do. And if you don't, and if I don't get it, I'm coming for you. And I'm booking you. Now that's crazy. Think about it. Now, I mean, you could have had this motherfucker. You could have had him in a suit and in a tie. I mean, you could have had him in a suit that made sense. I'm gonna just say a suit that made sense, because they had this motherfucker in a red, white, and blue tuxedo. You know what I mean? Straight clown clothes. You know what I mean? Straight clown clothes. If you look at this supposed Uncle Sam, he's in straight clown clothes. Look like somebody from the circus. On some for real shit, he look like somebody from that you would see in the circus. But he got his hand in everybody's pocket. Everybody in the country, he got his hand in their pocket. You know what I mean? Straight pimp shit. Straight pimp shit. Now, if I can't, then let me just run around and start telling people, pushing up on people. Let me start pushing up on people and say, look, running up on people and say, look, give me 35% what's in your pocket right now. Run that. Run me 35% of what's in your pocket right now. I'm going to jail for extortion. I'm going to get booked for extortion. You know what I mean? And I have no pimp clothes in my wardrobe. You know what I mean? I ain't got nan bit of pimp clothes in my wardrobe. You know what I mean? But let me say, give me 35% of what you holding. I'm going to jail for extortion. That's let me call it, man. This shit crazy. But this what we doing. This what we doing, though. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. Cause I can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on that at all. And I ain't even got no bag like that. I ain't got no bag. So you know what I mean? I can imagine having $100 million and somebody saying, oh, I'm gonna need out that 100 mil you just made, I'm gonna need 30 of that. What? What? Yeah. We heard you got 100 million. I'm gonna need 30 of that. I'm gonna need 30 of that. Nah, bro, you gonna have a problem. We gonna have a problem. Good luck getting that. Good luck getting that. Straight good luck getting that. Because I'm gonna be looking for the closest country that ain't got no extradition. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be looking for the closest country that ain't got no extradition. Because I ain't coming up off of it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be able to do it. Me and my honey gone. Shit. Just sit back. Straight pimping. Just straight pimping. And see, this is the type of stuff that always got me in trouble because I could never keep my mouth shut. You know what I mean? Especially when it came to stuff that didn't make sense to me. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. You know what I mean? All the way back to when I was in school. You know what I mean? It's just like, little simple stuff like, and it be common sense, right? You take when if I could tell you that Christopher Columbus discovered America, right? Oh, Christopher Columbus discovered America. But I had enough sense all the way back then, right? I had enough sense all the way back then to say, how can you discover something when somebody is already there? You know what I mean? How can you How can you discover something that somebody is already? How can you discover a place where somebody already is? How the hell can you do that? And y'all running with it. And you running with it. But then I get, you know what I mean? Then I get sent to the damn the principal office for disrupting the class. But it's common sense. It's common sense. Not even the fact, even if you want to run with that, it's still a lie because he ain't see the land first. The person that spotted the land was the slave that they had in the top of the boat with the telescope that told him it was land ahead. You know what I mean? So he was the one that actually discovered it because he saw it first. You know what I mean? But but you feel me? Common sense shit. You know what I mean? Real common sense shit. Oh hell no. You can't be speaking no factual shit. You hear me? I was getting over with this lie. You know what I mean? I was getting through with this lie until you opened your mouth with your truth. You know what I mean? No, you got to get up out of here. You got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? Then I'm in trouble. If I say I can't win, if y'all gonna sit there and teach me, well, you ain't teaching me nothing. You trying to brainwash me. So there ain't no sense in me coming because we not gonna coexist with you lying to me. So I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna be out there. You know what I mean? That's how mine ended. That's how mine ended. You know what I mean? Because I just couldn't go for the gas. I couldn't go for the goofy ass shit. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just him, it was a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was just crazy. But this well, you did. You think you smart. You think you smart, don't you? That's motherfucking favorite shit. You think you smart, don't you? I don't think I'm smart. I don't think I'm smart. But it's clear that I'm a little bit more intelligent than you are, though. You know what I mean? I tell motherfucking teacher quick. I give teachers the blues. You know what I mean? Get the teachers the blues. Exactly. Exactly. You gonna tell somebody, you gonna tell me that somebody discovered something that somebody was already there when they got there. You just gonna look straight past them, huh? You just gonna ignore them, huh? You know what I mean? But then it goes on. You know, you say America, right? America. And to call you or say, oh, you gotta label yourself as African American, Latino American, Asian American, Native American, right? But who gets to be the plain old American, right? Who gets to be the plain old American, right? Why does everybody else need a prefix? Everybody else need a prefix. So why is there no Euro American, right? There's no Euro American. You know what I mean? There's no Euro American, but there's an African American, there's a Latino American, there's an Asian American, there's a Native American. And how can you just be condescending as a motherfucker? That's just like just backslapping the shit out of somebody, not even giving them enough respect to slap them with the palm of your hand. Just back smack them. Just give them the back of your hand. You wasn't even worth the palm. I'm gonna just smack you with the back of my hand. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call you a Native American. I'm gonna call you a Native American. I'm not even gonna call you you was here before me, but I'm not even gonna give you that much respect to call you an American. I'm gonna call you a Native, you an old American. You know what I mean? You're an old American. The fuck kind of shit? I hope I can get away with this. I hope I can get a pass. I hope I can get away with this. I mean, it is Black History Month. I should be able to get a pass. You know what I mean? Hopefully they give me a pass. It's Black History Month. You know what I mean? It's the shortest month of the year. It's the shortest month of the year. Hopefully I can get a pass. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can get a pass. I just playing. I'm 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 just playing. Sometimes I rant. And my ADD gets the best of me. Sometimes my ADD gets the best of me. Yeah. Sometimes my ADD gets the best of me. But I do want to know that, though. I really do want to know that. I wonder why I'm really wondering why there's no Euro American. It's kind of, I mean, since everybody else needs a prefix, you know what I mean, or a suffix or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? The prefix, you know what I mean, on your name, you know what I mean? On your ethnicity. How do you get the claim? I guess since you stole the land, you get to steal the title. Oh shit. Oh shit. He didn't went off the rails and he didn't went off the rails and boy. Look, he's usually kind of funny. That's not funny. That isn't funny. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Instead of us getting our 40 acres, they gave us 40 ounces. You know what I mean? Shit crazy. You know what I mean? Supposed to got 40 acres in the mule. They gave us 40 ounces in a Red Bull. You know what I mean? They gave us 40 ounces in Red Bull. And say, be happy. What more you want? And say, what more you want? Is you a man? Shit, I still want my 40 acres. Shit, I want my 40 acres. I want my 40 acres. Damn right, bro. I want my 40 acres, bro. See, we gave you talking about 40 acres. We gave y'all 40 ounces, and we made it convenient for y'all. We made sure y'all had a liquor store on every corner, where so you got easy access to those 40 ounces. You know what I mean, if you was gonna give me 40 ounces, no, I ain't even. I mean, I was getting ready to go somewhere else. I was going to completely go somewhere else just now. Hey, man, give me a brick and a baby. No, I mean, so give me a brick and a baby. You can keep the malt liquor. Just give me the brick and the baby. That nigga too much. And if you don't know, you might end up finding out. It's all mathematics. It's all ghetto mathematics. It's all ghetto mathematics. Man, I just thought about something, right? I done totally went off the rails and shit. That's that ADD shit. Like I said, I know I had to be a paint eating. I had to be a paint eater. I had to be a paint eater when I was little. I know I did. I know I had to be a paint eater when I was little. I mean, no, it was, but it's all good. I missed the train on that. I missed the money train on it, but I know I was full of lead. You know what I mean? I know I'm full of lead. You know what I mean? I know I'm full of lead. I mean, I just thought about something that happened to coincide with the theme a little bit, and it was a funny story, right? I saw I was talking about at the beginning of the live how I never been into riding. I never been into riding dirt bikes, right? Because I messed my chin up. I messed my chin up on a BMX bike, right? When my front wheel came off and my chin turned into the brakes for my body, right? You know what I mean? But so I ain't never want to be on nothing. I definitely didn't want to be on nothing on two wheels that was faster than my Huffy. You know what I mean? So anyway, but my younger brother, he tried it. You know what I mean? When we was back in our day, you know what I mean? Doing what we was doing, you know what I mean? And that was the thing. A lot of people our age or whatever was riding the dirt bikes and stuff. So he ended up buying a dirt bike. What did he have? What did he buy? I don't know if it was an 80. Did he buy 80? I don't know if it was an 80 or a 125. I think it was a 125. I think it was a 125 he bought. I think it was a 125, but that joint had some size on it. And my brother was a big dude. He was a big dude. You know what I mean? But he ended up going down boat checks, trying to learn how to ride the bike, right? Try to ride the bike. And he tried to take off on the bike. Man, the first time he tried to ride that bike turned into, it was like freaking WrestleMania. And he lost the match. He lost the match because the bike slammed the shit out of him. The bike slammed the shit out. The bike slammed all the shit out of him, and it was over. And it was completely over. It was funny as hell, right? The bike went up in the air, and he went down, and the bike came down on him. And he was down there for longer. He was down there for longer than the 3 count. And when he got up, he picked the bike up. He walked that motherfucker back up to, I think he ain't getting no further than Ashland and Glover. And he sold the bike. And he sold the bike. He sold that motherfucking bike. He sold the bike. That shit was so funny. That shit was so funny. He was mad as a motherfucker. And he was always the type of person, he always laughing. He always finding something funny. He would always find something funny. You know what I mean? That's something happened to somebody, he always laughing. You know what I mean? He was mad as a motherfucker. And I just kept laughing. I bought that shit up probably for the next 3 or 4 years. Every time I wanted to laugh, I would bring that shit up. He would get mad as a motherfucker. That bike beat the shit out of him. That bike beat the shit out of him. I said, I can't do it. So I ain't got no, so anybody with any ability, my man Lil Black, he's the rider. He's a bike ride motherfucker. But I tip my hat. And I don't even wear hats like that, but I tip my hat to anybody that got bike riding skills. Especially if you got real bike riding skills. I definitely tip my hat and salute you. Because you definitely way better than me. You way better than me. And you're definitely way better than my little brother. Shit, that is. I'll let y'all know later on. If ghosts are real. Because if I get pushed down the steps later on and shit, that'll be validation for a motherfucker ass. So you still playing? You still think it's funny? You still think it's funny? Hell yeah, that shit funny. It's definitely funny. It's definitely funny. I say, you ain't gonna get me on no bike. You ain't get me on no dirt bike. I thought about getting one of the Can-Am joints. But The thing that stopped me from buying one of them is the fact that I get pissed off when I'm driving my car. I don't even want to drive the car because people drive so stupid. People drive so stupid in cars, and I be thinking, damn, if I'm on that joint and I ain't protected, and I ain't protected all the way around, I just don't like falling. I don't like falling. I mean, falling ain't so bad. Falling ain't that bad. It's just hitting the ground. It's just hitting the ground. That's the bad part. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just hitting the ground. So I tip my, like I said, I tip my hat. I tip my hat to anybody. Shit, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love watching that shit. But you won't see me on one. So if you ride because you're bringing me enjoyment. I like them. I sit there and try to actually, in my mind, try to rationalize how it is a motherfucker can hold the bike up 12 o'clock that joint and don't come off that motherfucker. I can't I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Maybe once I maybe the Willie the car. Once I master Willie in the car, you know what I mean? I might try it. You know what I mean? But I haven't quite mastered doing that. So chances are it's probably not gonna happen for me. You know what I mean? Shit probably not gonna happen for me. Bro. You say it's like a pedal bike? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think it's a little more complicated than a pedal bike, bro. No, I ain't even gonna let you off that easy, bro. It's a little more complicated. You ain't even gonna do that to me. You ain't even gonna do that to me. Cause I would still try my hand. I would still try my hand on a pedal bike today. You know what I mean? It's a little more complicated than that, bro. It's a little more complicated than that. So that's a skill set. That's a real skill set, bro. I ain't even gonna downplay that one. That's a real skill set. That's a real skill set. Like I say, that's math. That's math. And I've always been pretty good at math. But I looked at that as like not being regular math. That's more like algebra or trigonometry. You know what I mean? That's that hard math. You know what I mean? That's that hard math. Yeah, that's that hard math. You know what I mean? And if you ain't that good at chewing, if you ain't that good at chewing gum and walking at the same time, I wouldn't advise you be trying to pop no wheelies on no dirt bike. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You say well, you figured it out on that bike. You said you was bad at algebra in school, but you figured it out on that bike. You figured it out on the bike. I think it would in bed. I would have it in the bed. I would have it in the bed for me. And you know what? You know, motherfuckers have a bucket list. There'd be a lot of things that I be saying, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that before it's all over. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But that won't be one of them. Cause I got a wife that she would probably be in the encouraging type, like, oh, you could do it. You could do that. But then when I come back in the house, strawberried up. When I come back in the house, strawberried up. You know what I mean? She would be looking like she having a seizure. You know what I mean? Why she asking me, are you all right? Like somebody holding in, they laugh so much that they about to choke. You know what I mean? Like they about to choke or throw up and shit at the same time. You all right? Then before I could get up the steps to get out, you know what I mean, to get away from her ass would be on the floor laughing. She'd be on the floor laughing at my motherfucking ass. No shame. No shame. No shame. No shame. Dead serious. Dead serious. You all right? You all right? My ass be so fucked up. I be so fucked up. I can't even answer. I don't even want to answer because I know she being sarcastic. You know what I mean? Before I can get up the steps to try to treat my wounds, she'll be on the floor. She'll be on the floor. Laughing. No sooner than she probably wouldn't even finish laughing before she probably be posting shit on Facebook. You know what I mean? Telling the world. She probably do a fucking video. She probably been the book sitting there peeping around the bedroom door while I'm wiping Neosporin and peroxide on my arms and legs and shit. She peeping around the corner with the camera, recording me and shit, laughing and shit, putting me on Instagram and shit. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm good from the sideline. I just spectate. I just spectate. I do it. I enjoy that shit from the side. That's one of them things I had to enjoy from the sideline. Nah, I can't do it. Can't do it. It's a big salute. Big salute to anybody that got it in them. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, but anybody that might slip on your untied shoestring and stumble across this broadcast or whatever, and you happen to have a question that happened to coincide with the thumbnail or whatever, and the question, I mean, maybe it got answered. But if it didn't get answered, it probably wasn't a worthwhile question. But I'm going to thank bro for popping in, because I learned something. Because bro said it's like a pedal bike. Well, just know I'm going to be 12 o'clock in. I'm going to be 12 o'clock and around 12 o'clock. So I'm going to be riding a dirt bike in my dreams. I'm going to be a dirt bike riding star. 12 o'clock and at 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? I'll tell y'all about it next time. I'm going to tell y'all about it next time. But I'm about to tap out this joint. Bro, appreciate you for tapping in, sharing some insight to the whole bike riding thing. Anybody that stumbled across this, just know, great minds think alike. Everybody got greatness in them. You never know when somebody gonna come along, pull that greatness up out of you. And you can also pull some greatness up out of somebody else. Matter of fact, do that. Take some time to pull some greatness out of somebody else. You know what I mean? Instead of just pulling a condom up out of them. You know what I mean? Pull some greatness up out of them. You might get that. But the next time, like, comment, subscribe, share. It's your boy C Major, 2 in the air. And I'm still reaching for the goddamn Witchercom like it's a touchscreen or a phone. It's a freaking computer. Later, bro.